do the next question.
All
Chad,
right,
that feel good for you?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, guys.
Great. Yeah. Hey, Adam, who is here? Hey, Adam, why don't you read your question for us? We'll get your voice in it. Oh,
uh,
we can't hear you. You unmuted, it looks like, but your sound's not coming through. We can read it for you if it's stuck. I'll go for it. With more people using AI tools instead of Google, what does that mean for brand awareness and marketing? As a consultant, what advice or strategy would you incorporate with your clients? We are dealing with this a whole lot right now, and I will tell you the official Wizard of Ad stance. The official Wizard Academy stance is if you work for Wizard Academy and you use AI for a final written product, you're fired. End of discussion. If you use it to help organize your spreadsheets, I don't give a shit. If you use it to help come up with prompts on what you're going to write about, I don't care. If you use it to check your grammar and your diction and make sure that your words are all conjuncted correctly, like I just did, that's fine. But if you use it to write a final product, you're fired. The Wizard of Ed's partner group is very close to similar, not as strongly worded as mine is, but it's very close to if you use AI for your final product, you prepare to be completely invisible because everybody else, that's what they're doing, right? Like right now, the other day, Dave and I were talking about this. I actually said this to Emma. I'm on LinkedIn, which is annoying as shit to me, but you know,
but you post quite a bit.
I know because that's the
Mine,
rules.
yeah, mine's an empty
Uh,
wasteland.
yeah. But in the last couple of weeks, so I went I went to my son's high school graduation, and there were four speeches. The superintendent of all of Austin ISD, the principal of Bowie High School, and the valedictorian and the salutatorian. Three of those four speeches were so AI that you could smell it immediately, especially the administrators. Both administrators, their speeches were just pure AI. And I don't know if you're a writer in this group, you've probably started to pick up on the scent trail, and it doesn't matter whether you use Claude or Chat, it doesn't matter what AI you use. There's a scent trail, and it's three things for me. It's over earnest, right? It's like junior high love poetry, right? It's trying so hard to be deep and meaningful, but it's just not, it's landing a little too cloying and sappy and not enough flaws, right? And the second one is, we're not this, we're that. It's not going to be this thing, it's this thing. It's not just an HVAC company, it's a change in the way of that you live your life. It's not this, it's that. And any version of it's not, it is, it's not, it is. There's another one. And the other one is the constant combination of super serious, it's not this, it's that. You may have, and then rule of threes, bam, and then bam, and then bam. And it's not this, it's that. And if you just bleed those together, and the bummer is all of those come from real writing, right? Like, because that's where it's not getting writing its own shit. It's just sucking things off the internet. And the rule of threes has been a rule as long as there's been comedy or writing or anything good. But it's the way that it's all bled together. And what I realized on LinkedIn is the other day I was going through and I could not tell voice. I read like four different things from four different people who lived in four different parts of the world, and they all sounded like they were written by the exact same person. And it made them all, and then someone had said, "Hey, did you see someone launched their new business?" And I was like, I feel like I read four different things, but I can't remember at all. And it was one of them had written a talk about launching their new company, but it was so chat GPT written that it just bled into what everyone else is writing and it became invisible to my brain. And then it freaked me out because the other day I was sitting down to write the newsletter and the patter and pacing of AI is kind of floating in my head because I've been reading LinkedIn and I'm like, oh, this is not good. I need to stop reading things on LinkedIn because I'm feeding my brain this pattern and now it's starting to settle in. And so I went back to reading poetry again for like three or four times a day, trying to like do a brain rinse. But what I would tell the I need a sense of your question, Adam. I don't know if your mic has gotten to working, but um, like, what is your advice? Clarify
I,
for me the exact question that you're asking.
I
Go ahead. Oh, it's kind of choppy, but
we're not hearing Adam, but
yeah, maybe just
I
maybe type it into
let me.
chat. But Dave, what do you have?
Well, I read the question differently than you.
Yeah,
I think Adam, you're asking about consumer behavior, right? With consumers using AI more than Google,
yeah.
what does that mean for brand awareness and marketing? And as a consultant with advice or strategy, what advice or strategy would you incorporate with your clients?
Oh,
I wrote a little video for Roy's got this new little channel called Great American Business Secrets, and here's the thing with Google, the strategy was to be found. And with Google going to AI now, and with people asking Chat GPT or Gemini or Claude about finding a business, your strategy needs to be about getting recommended, not getting found. And what the Chat GPTs and the AIs are recommending are businesses that they can find out a lot about. And so a business website that wants to be recommended needs to have loads of information on their website about here's what our customer had a problem with, and here's how we solved it, and here's what. It's not so much about them, it's about how we help people solve the questions that they're asking the AI, right? And so really what they need to do is make a honestly, this is the funny part about this is stuff I was telling people to do 22 years ago. I wrote a tiny little book called Why We Blog, and it was about just putting all of your stories and all of your things that you do and the places you've worked and all of those things. Just put every story you can think of on a blog on your website because the search engines love that stuff and AI loves that stuff. Now, here's the weird part. You could actually have an AI um, write up your stories if you gave them to them because at the end you're not asking consumers to read your blog, you're asking Google and the AIs to read your blog. And if your website just has bullet points, that doesn't give the AI much to chew on. But if your
yeah.
website has a lot of stories and answers to loads of questions, it gives the AI a lot of things to incorporate into its answers, and says, you know what, this company over in I don't know where you are, Adam, but this company in Austin, they seem to have lots of answers to lots of questions, including yours. So I think you ought to maybe look into talking to them. But people searching with an AI, the AI's got to know about your business, and the AI's got to know a lot about your business, all your stories,
And
everything.
Vi Wickham, one of our partners, also said, or I'm going to admit Sean here. One of our partners, he said, if you use AI to write the web content, AI picks up on that and discounts it.
Yeah.
It's actually, ironically, it it lowers the value of its own writing when it's trying to feed itself what it's supposed to be looking for.
And so I would always tell people it needs to be your stories and your words, but you can certainly record yourself and let an AI clean it up. And just tell I've done that before where I'll just dictate a whole bunch of notes and say, I just need this cleaned up. I don't want you to rewrite anything. Maybe suggest a better order because sometimes you'll think of something at the end and you'll add it, and so um, but the balance is leaning more towards just make sure the AI knows everything about you.
Mhm.
Don't ask it to write everything about you. Um, Fair enough.
Cool. All right, rock and roll. Thanks, Adam.